What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. Want to talk about this RG3 Ryan Clark thing? Is this continuing to go on and on? It stems from the Caitlin Clark hard foul on Angel Reese, and Angel Reese reaction to that foul, where Robert Griffin tweeted shared on X. He said, after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. And see, when you say it like that, you say not some basketball rivalry hate, you take it outside the lines and you leave it open for interpretation. Well, Ryan Clark, I'm gonna point to a few things he said because I already did a video on this, but I'm gonna give you kind of some of the things that RG3 came back at and it has spilled over on X. Let's check out some of the things Ryan Clark said first.
The one thing we know about RG3 is he's not having conversations at his home about what Black women have to endure in this country, about what young Black women and athletes like Angel Reese have had to deal with being on the opposite side of Caitlin Clark's rise and ascension into stardom. And so now, if you're RG3, when is the last time within your household you've had a conversation about what she's dealing with? You haven't been able to do that because in both of your marriages, you've been married to white women. You haven't had opportunities to have those conversations to educate you on what they're feeling, what Black women deal with, what they're seeing when they think of a young Angel Reese. And the whole time that he's mimicking Angel Reese and bobbing his head and moving his neck while he's doing this whole piece, his wife is in the back amening and clapping.
Now, that's just some of the things that Ryan Clark said. Go back and watch the first video I did on it today. Is not the last video, but the one right before that. Now, RG3 has since responded to that via video. Let's check out what he had to say.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy RG3, and I just wanted to get on here and talk to you guys because there's been a lot of buzz, a lot of conversations about my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark, which was purely based in basketball. But I think all of you know there's a line in life that you just simply don't cross. Wives and children are always off limits, and Ryan Clark has sprinted past that line. Ryan Clark didn't like my sports take that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And that's fine. It's okay. It's part of the game. Sports media, I'm going to have an opinion. This person might not agree with it. That person might not agree with it. But what you don't do is turn around and personally attack me and my family just because you don't agree with a sports opinion that is purely based off the sport. I didn't make it personal. But what that really shows is just how low of a person Ryan Clark is. But Ryan, you crossed the line, man. You made it personal and some. I really believe there should be no space in sports media for personal attacks. I've said it before. But certainly personal attacks against wife and children have always been off limits. Ryan, you attacked me and my family in a public forum on a level that shows just how low of a human being you are. You can disagree with me all you want. Challenge my takes, but keep my family and my wife out of it. That's a boundary that should always be respected, man. Always. Ryan Clark personally attacking me and my family because he disagreed with my sports opinion is a bad look for ESPN. It's cowardly, it's spineless, and it's weak. Ryan Clark personally attacking me and my family. Personally because he disagreed with my sports opinion is a bad look for him as a man. I hope you get the help you need, brother.
So Ryan Clark, he claps back. He says, "Bruh, you know what it is with me and you. I saved you the entire season on Monday Night Football. I urge people to let you be you, no matter how corny, how bad a teammate you were. I had your back. What did you do? Invite someone on your show you know I don't fool with to ask questions about me, and then hit me weeks later to tell me you're going to challenge one of my takes. You're a phony, bro. One of the worst teammates I ever had, both on the field and in TV. You got to do what you got to do. I didn't attack your wife. I spoke on what you do on social media and TV. Like I said, I met your wife and she seemed like a lovely lady that was worth more than the color of her skin. You be good, bro. That's what Ryan Clark had to say in response to that. And I'll say this. First, I'll go back to RG3. Now, you did make it a little personal when you said not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. That is taking it to the personal level a little bit. But could there be some merit behind what RG3 is saying? A lot of people feel like what he's saying is true. They feel like it's deeper than just basketball because Angel, the trigger word for her is Caitlin Clark, in a lot of people's minds. Some people's like, look, Angel just said it's a basketball play. It was a heated moment. We don't even talk about this in other basketball games. Guys be in each other's face and they move on. It's exactly what it was. But Ryan Clark, he has been known to pander. It's almost like he's trying to pander to like Monica McNutt, the Jamel Hill crowd sometimes too much for me. But at times he has good takes, and it seems like RG3 could be pandering to the opposite crowd of that. But I think you just want the truth out of these situations. I mean, do you feel like Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark? Definitely, in the first year when she was saying people were watching because of me too, that's partially true. But on the scale that people were talking about, Caitlin is the golden goose of the WNBA right now. I know people. I think Ryan said it earlier. He said that Asia Wilson is the best player and face of the league. Best player, yes. Face of the league. Anybody other than Caitlin Clark right now, you lying to yourself as far as face of the league, right? That's just what that is. And there's no problem with that. It just is what it is. It's a young league. They need a superstar. I remember this thing came out. I think the first WNBA season, 94, 95 or something like that. It's not that old of a league. So, for somebody to elevate it and take it to the next level, I mean, when the NBA was this age, people won't get in it like that either. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have that player, that superstar that kind of transcends the sport to bring in more eyeballs to make your game more global, bigger, both domestic and again across the water. So um, I don't know, man. I think when you look at what Ryan said in his response, he says, um, you invited someone on your show I don't fool with. I think he did the same thing with Kwame Brown. I think he invited Kwame on the show and then you invited somebody that didn't fool with Kwame or whatever. I want to say that happened. So and I ain't saying that to down you. I'm just saying that people do that. You on podcasts, you bring in people with different opinions, people on different sides of the fence, so you can't be mad at that. And I'm wondering also, he says you brought in one of the worst teammates, right, that he ever had, um, or somebody. I guess it was somebody they played with. So if RG3 played with the guy as well, then what's wrong with that? Like RG3 could be in the same locker room. You might not like that guy, but he might like him. So he could bring him in. Is what I'm thinking. But again, I think RG3 made it personal when he said it was hate. Outside the lines of basketball, you did make that a little personal, RG3. So I want you to go back and reread your tweet because there's no way you can say that's not personal. And Ryan, saying he said him on Monday Night Football. Obviously, ESPN didn't think RG3 was somebody to continue that show with, so maybe there's some validity there, right? He's not on there no more, man. So yeah, uh, and I want to say this: RG3 had a some kind of joke, some kind of white joke, or I can't remember what it was. It was a few months ago though that kind of had people upset. I can't remember what it was, but it was definitely something he was apologizing for again. So I don't know, man. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.